Welcome to episode 184 of the Radio Control Show, sponsored by AMainHobbies.com, your one-stop RC hobby store. HPI Racing took one of their most popular bashers, the nitro-powered 1/8 scale Trophy Truggy, and swapped in a powerful brushless system to create the Trophy Truggy Flux. Big tires, big shocks, and big horsepower are the main features of this backyard basher. Let's head on over to RC Car Action editor Aaron Waldron for the details.
I'm Aaron Waldron, Associate Editor with RC Car Action Magazine, and we're out here at Lake Calaveras in Oceanside, California, testing out HPI Racing's new Trophy Truggy Flux. This is a 1/8 scale four-wheel drive truggy with a brushless system and independent suspension. Let's see what it does out here on the mountain bike trails. The heart of the HPI Trophy Flux is the brushless system, which uses HPI's Flux Scream motor, which is 1,965 kilovolts, and the Flux Rage ESC that provide the power for this truck through two 2S packs that we'll install when they're done charging. It uses orange anodized aluminum throughout for extra durability, especially this gigantic chassis brace back here, and 8 scale style mud guards on the sides protect it from dirt on the inside. Big oil-filled shocks on all four corners provide the suspension travel to soak up large off-road jumps and bumps, and it's got big front and rear bumpers for extra protection. This truck is really fast, so crashes happen big. We just finished a great bashing session here with the HPI Racing Trophy Flux Truggy. I was really impressed with the TF40 2.4 gigahertz radio. It's really comfortable with this molded drop down, but the big story here is the big bad brushless power. Nothing makes a truck like this more fun than just a ton of torque everywhere. For more information on the HPI Racing Trophy Flux Truggy, check out the full review in the January 2013 issue of RC Car Action Magazine. I'm Aaron Waldron, and thanks for watching.
Hey guys, it's time for the accessory of the week. Take your Traxxas X01, Rally, or any other TQI radio-equipped Traxxas ready to run to the next level by adding their new docking base to it. The docking base replaces the stock base of your radio and enables you to connect your iPod or iPhone to Traxxas's link system for enhanced car setup, telemetry, multiple vehicle storage, and control of the Traxxas DTS1 drag timing system. Installation is as simple as removing 2 screws from the handle of your TQI, attaching the docking base and connecting its plugs, and installing the Traxxas Link app to turn your ready-to-run radio into the hobby's first smart radio.
We've all seen it on TV. Firefighting helicopters drop water onto forest fires using what's known as a Bambi bucket. At the recent Helicopter Scale Masters in Sacramento, California, several RC pilots using both electric and turbine-powered helis tried their hands at this move, turning it into a challenging competition. RC Car Action's Aaron Waldron recently took a trip over to HyTek's headquarters for a behind-the-scenes look at their customer service area. Let's check it out.
Okay, so here is our service center. This is where all the repairs are done in-house. We repair everything from servos to chargers, radios, just about all the HyTek products. So here would be a basic repair bench for doing the repairs. Here we have just a DC power supply, our handy dandy soldering iron. We have a function generator over here which lets us put out PWM signals and test equipment that way. One of our strongest tools here is our HFP25. It's one of our servo testers. It lets us plug in a servo outside of a radio system, which lets us generate a PWM signal and test the servo. We can find out whether a motor is bad, whether gears are bad, things like that. One of the first things we would do is, of course, open up a servo and well, actually, I'm sorry, one of the first things we're going to do is plug it in and see if we get anything out of the servo. And here you'll notice that we're hearing the motor spin, but the gears aren't turning, so automatically we know we have a stripped gear situation. Here's another servo that also had stripped gears. Now normally stripped gears are not covered under warranty. If we do know that it's a brand new servo and we have stripped gears, 9 out of 10 times we're going to take care of it for the customer. So on this one we went ahead and replaced the gear set for the customer. This is one of our metal gear servos. So there's a brand new gear set that was put in. We'll also, of course, put the same factory lube on the gears before we send it back out to the customer. Once everything is put back together, we will test it and run the servo with a load as well, so that we guarantee that the servo is working at its top notch before we send it back out to the customer.
Engineers at the University of Southampton in the UK have developed a UAV using a 3D printer. All of the parts in the plane, including the moving parts, were grown with a laser 3D printer. Once a 3D CAD drawing is created, the process reproduced the UAV's entire structure layer by layer. Since all the parts of the UAV were designed to snap together, there are no fasteners needed. This new technology could revolutionize the aircraft design, as traditional building methods can take months to complete.
The machines we use actually come from a German company called EOS. This is actually an EOS P730 building chamber, 700mm by 380 by 580. So it means we can build some very large SLS parts in one piece. So what you see on the screen there is the actual layer that it's doing at the moment. This is actually 316mm through a 350mm build. That 2D layer will be replicated on the machine, and the laser will actually melt one layer at a time. The layers are about 100 or 120 micron or 0.12 of a millimeter thick, and as the powder recoats across the machine, the chamber lowers down into the actual chamber in the belly of the machine.
It's ideally suited because you can go from an idea and geometry to having the item in your hand in days. For the sort of mission you have in mind, the ability to slot all the avionics and cameras, motor in place and release mechanisms and parachutes, you can design that into the structure so you're not fiddling around assembling it later on.
Jonathan from Chicago, Illinois writes, "We have an ongoing argument at my RC club. Some of the experts say that hard mounting is the best way to install big gas engines. The others say soft mounts are the way to go. Please help us settle this." Let's turn to Model Airplane News' Jerry Ayers for the answer.
Hey Jonathan, that's really a good question. Dealing with hard mounts and soft mounts and deciding which ones to use with our RC airplanes has been going on for years and years. There's really two different type of airplanes that best use hard mounts and soft mount airplane engine mounting systems. If you have an airplane that's heavy, large, rigid, and fully sheeted, then you want to go with a hard mount engine. The airplanes that are lightweight, simpler in construction, using strip balsa wood covered with fabric, like World War I biplanes and triplanes, you want to consider using a soft mount system. So when you are using a small airplane, like a 40 to 60 size glow engine, there are sizes of soft mounts that you can get right here. There are all sorts of different brands. You can look at Dubro, you can look at Sullivan. They're all available in different sizes and different styles. For the giant scale airplanes, for the soft mounts, really it is the bolts itself, which come with very large isolators made out of rubber, and these are put into the firewall ahead of time in larger diameter holes, and then everything is bolted together. So they are fast and hard and rigidly built airplanes go with hard mounts, and the lighter airplanes that are covered with fabric, biplanes and triplanes, go with the soft mounts.
Great news! Ordering from airhstore.com, your #1 spot for RC books, DVDs, magazines, and more, has now become even easier. We're pleased to announce that in addition to credit cards, checks, and money orders, PayPal is now offered as another purchasing option. And if you're looking for even faster shipping for the holidays, airhstore.com now offers overnight and 2-day shipping. Speaking of the holidays, airhstore.com now offers gift cards in $30, $50, $75, and $100 increments that can be emailed directly to your recipient. All these amazing new features, plus our latest offerings, the RC Car Action Buyer's Guide and the RC Electric Power Book, make airhstore.com the perfect place to shop this holiday season.
Head to your local hobby shop or newsstand for the December issues of Radio Control Car Action and Model Airplane News, or get it now on airhstore.com, iTunes, or barnesandnoble.com. Thanks again for joining us on the Radio Control Show, and we'll see you next time.